Hello, Dad. This is Jay Warren. This is the Dadhood Journey podcast. And today's topic is this: is kinder prep a real thing? Let's do it.
Hi, my name's Mika, and you're listening to my dad, Jay Warren. This is the Dadhood Journey podcast. Thanks for listening.
Yep. So my son turns 5 after September. He's an October baby, which in the state of California means he doesn't start kindergarten until next year. And he's going to be in the same preschool for another year, which is just great. I think it'll be great for him. He loves that preschool. If that's the timing of things for him to go to kindergarten next year as a 5-year-old, great. But in this interim year, there's this whole thing like TK, kinder prep, all this stuff around getting your kids ready for kindergarten. And I don't know, is this like a real thing? I don't think it's a real thing. I mean, I know it's a real thing and that it's actually a program and you can sign up for it or not sign up for it. And there's all these pros and cons that are given. But the things that they're talking about in a kinder prep type of sense are mostly academic. I mean, they're mostly like ABCs, reading and writing, all these things that I just don't think are important for a kindergarten to be pressured into learning and getting ready to go to kindergarten. I mean, it's not college. And I'm speaking kind of, jokingly about this and making fun of kinder prep, but I've asked a number of child educators that are in my practice. They're teachers. Some of them are middle school, but a lot of them are like early school, like we're kindergarten teachers, first, second grade, that kind of thing. And I asked them the same question because, I don't want to be like negligent to my kid and say like, no, that's what they need to learn now. And so I asked them, what's your take on this? What do you see? What's important? And they all agreed on a number of things. They all agreed. And again, this is a small sample size. It's like 4 or 5 teachers in my bubble. So don't take it as like a scientific study or anything like that. It's food for thought. So what each of them agreed on were 2 things. One, the later they start kindergarten, the better. Especially for boys. So the kids that are on the earlier side of things tend to have more challenges just because in life, as you get to be an adult, like 1 year or 6 months as far as age, like doesn't matter at all. Like it evens out later on. But when you're only 5 years old and 6 months or a couple of months is a major percentage of your total lifespan on this planet and your growth and development, it's going to make a huge difference. So they say that the kids that are younger going in, they might be smaller because they haven't hit a growth spurt, haven't grown up as much. They haven't learned as much necessarily, or might not have the growth and development neurologically for that to for them to pick up things as well as others. Can they do it? Absolutely. It just might be a little more work. It might be a little more challenging on their system. So in general, these teachers are saying the more you can have the kid, or the older your kid can be going kindergarten, the better. And there's actually movements of parents wanting to hold their kids back, even though they might qualify to go into kindergarten at the right age. Like say they turned 5 like over in the spring or during the summer, and they're going to be on the younger side, they're petitioning to be able to hold them back a year and have them start. for those same reasons that I just gave. The other thing that they agreed with is that in kindergarten prep and TK and all those kind of things, what's much more important for the kid's success in kindergarten than later on in school is more of the social emotional things about getting along with other students and learning about what to sit together for book time and be able to understand that it's book reading time more so than being able to read the book, and all of the different things about sharing and taking turns and conflict resolution and sitting down to eat. All those things are much more important in getting a kiddo ready for kindergarten than the academic stuff, which resonates with me and speaks to me. I think that's I think as far as the book learning stuff, like that's going to be picked up. Now, I've also observed Nico, like he's adept at those kind of things. So if I saw him kind of falling behind or if he was going to be slower of things, I would definitely want to get him some help to make sure he's up to speed. I don't have any interest in him being advanced. I'd like to be him up to speed and get him the help that he needs, and if that means that later on down the line like he needs extra tutoring or extra help, then like so be it. But as far as like the TK pre-K thing, like the bubble that I live in here in San Diego, there's a lot of talk about like getting ready, almost like it is like SATs that the kids are taking. I just think it's starting the pressure of academics and school way too much. The other thing that these teachers said is that it's a big transition for a kid to go 5 days a week for kindergarten, and depending on the school, if it's like a 3/4 day or a full day. That emotionally and energetically and physically is hard, because if, say, like Nico right now is going to preschool 2 days a week, going from 2 to 5 is a big jump, and that's going to be more of a challenge. So they talked about maybe upping towards, once he's going into kindergarten next year, upping the days of the week so he's used to a frequency of being away from the house and being in school more often, so it transitions into him better. But they didn't say anything about in the teachers at the school saying this is an offering, but I think Nico's fine with not doing it. And if he was a kid that was if the teachers are recommending that he needs some extra help to get him ready, then absolutely I'm going to jump in. But I think the knee-jerk response of, oh, there's a way of like getting my kid to be advanced, like is a slippery slope, and it starts down a path of the kids being pressured and put into programs and forced to learn things or expected to learn things maybe before their time where they're ready. And as far as learning in school is concerned, like for my son, I really want him out of the school experience to be confident, to be a good problem solver. So learning how to work through problems and work through a flow of ways of getting to an answer that makes sense. I want him to be a project completer, so I want him to know when given a task like how to go about completing it. And I also want him to be a life learner. I want him to be interested in learning, whatever it might be. And what I've seen in readings that I've done is that the more you pressure a kid to be in school and to memorize things and everything, it can diminish their love for learning. And I don't want that. I want them to be really curious and be excited about learning stuff. And I can't choose what the school has him learn, of course. I'm not setting the curriculum, but if you start too soon, like in kindergarten, of where sitting down, learn this, no, that's not right. This is the way you do it. You got to work harder. All that kind of pressure stuff for a 5-year-old, it just seems ridiculous. So I'm curious, do you have experience with that? Are your kids older and you did a pre-K program? Did you not do it? Did you look into it? Have you heard anything about it? Let me know. I'm curious because I'm in this year before my kid goes to kindergarten, and I just want the best for him. And what I think the best for him is for him to learn and play and grow at a normal pace and not be pressured. And That's what I'm going with so far until I learn some new stuff. So let me know. Put it in the Facebook group. Send me an email, whatever it might be. And until next time, take good care of yourself, take care of your families, and we'll connect on the next episode.
I hope you enjoyed that episode. You can hang out with other dads in our Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for the Dadhood Journey, and apply to get in. See you there, and see you on the next episode. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Perfect.
Here we go, Dan.